Well, hello everyone. This is Daphne, and I am really so excited to teach this topic today. So, if you don't know where I'm from, hopefully I sound South African, but I live in Calgary, Canada. Okay, so give me a wave if you've ever been to Canada. Anybody? I'm gonna have to look through. Oh, Nicolene, yes, I know, because you know what Costco is. Anyone else? Olga, yes, Olga, you've been to Canada. Yes, I remember now. For those who don't know, I am a South African that's lived in the States, and then I've lived in Toronto, and now I live in the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful parts of the world. And I get to teach you today. So there's 95 people registered for this webinar. Okay, I think a lot of them though are experiencing load shedding in South Africa. I never knew what would be a good time to do this call because I'm trying to reach so many different time zones. Okay, so here we are. Some of you in South Africa, I think we've got some from the UK here. I think my customers from the Philippines are likely fast asleep, and my Australian group. Okay, woohoo! Candace says we're safe tonight. So you've got power. I'm thinking that's what you mean. So let's get going. You are welcome to ask any questions in the chat button or the chat. Okay. I have a few of my wellness advocates. Beverly's on here. Chrysanda's on here. Darren, Olga, Katerina, they can help you with questions. So even though I'm teaching, they'll be able to answer your questions. Okay. And I really hope to leave you inspired. So as most of you know, I have a squirrel brain. I have to use oils to keep me focused. And so we are going to get a slideshow going. Okay, so Daphne Clark, I'm a Blue Diamond leader with doTERRA. I am so South African still, but I live in Calgary, Canada. So I'm a Canadian. Here is a photo of my husband and I. I think I have the best husband for me in the world. He also teaches about essential oils with me. We travel a lot together. We've never been home as long as we have now. So as soon as borders open, we'll be in the UK and back in South Africa educating. What does a blue diamond mean? It means that I'm just really, really passionate about helping people with natural options. Now, before I go any further, is there anyone, you can just wave at me, you've come to this webinar tonight or today, because it's still only 12:30 for me, and you have zero knowledge about essential oils. You know nothing about them. Just give me a wave. Let me look. I see no one on page 1. Anyone on page 2? Oh, they all. Page 2 have their no videos on. Guys, you need to know I'm relational, okay? If I had my way, you'd be in my house. I want to see your faces, but I can't have you in my home. But the next best thing is to share, just to share from a webinar. So a little bit about my journey. That's welcome to this class. What can I tell you? The first time I was given an essential oil was 8 years ago. I had studied home economics. Hey, Sodkinda. I was a home economics school teacher. We lived in Mafeking. All right. Actually, I taught home economics at Parktown Girls High School. We moved to Mafeking, and then I was teaching grades 2 to grade 5. Across the across the Botswana border in Lobatse, and I traveled backwards and forwards between South Africa. I know what it means or what it's like to be a school teacher, okay? I'm also a parent. Now, I am fortunate. Where's my picture? I thought I had. There they are. I'm a parent to 4 adult kids. And guys, they are amazing, okay? They do not wake me up in the middle of the night. The only regret, one of the regrets I have with my 4 kids is that I never got to raise them on essential oils and everything natural. I didn't know about that. I was the mom who took her kids to the doctor and put them onto antibiotics, okay? But it was about 8 years ago when somebody first gave me an essential oil for a cold that I started to go after this journey of natural health. I realized that I had used oils on my kids. There's a question I can ask you. Okay, some of you should know this. What oil, so let's see who's quickest. What oil do you think I used in their hair? So I didn't know. Okay, so Anka, I think tea tree, guys, tea tree, or Melaleuca. Ankia, Winston Oil. So somehow we'll keep track of this, or else you just message me, okay? Can I just put my WhatsApp in the Darren? Who
Yes.
has my WhatsApp? Beverly, you've got my WhatsApp number. Can you just put it in the message and people can WhatsApp me? Okay. So Ankia, yes, have you used tea tree for your kids and head lice? I didn't know was an essential oil. Tea tree is also called melaleuca. All right, it's just another name for it. But that, 8 years ago was when I started to realize, oh, I actually have used oils on those four. I just didn't know it was an essential oil. Then, because my husband and I have been pastors of a church for like 20 years, I soon realized that frankincense and myrrh, which were gifts given to Jesus, were both essential oils. And so I've gone on a journey of where I've used health food store oils. I then was with a company called Young Living for a while. So grateful to the friend who introduced me to Young Living. But then 5 years ago, a dear friend, gave me a kit of doTERRA oils. And Darren, that cat is really cute. I have a squirrel brain. Okay, let me focus on. Where was I?
Sorry.
I'm a cat lover. I'm a dog lover. So I just see a cat in the middle of my screen. But anyway, I love educating on doTERRA essential oils. So today, the reason you've been invited or you are at this webinar is to learn how our kids are going back to school. Here in Canada, they went back yesterday. Darren, who's in the UK, was telling me her kids also went back. Oh, they go back tomorrow. South Africa, I think you've come and you've gone, okay? From what I understand, your kids have been back for a few weeks already. But here we're going back, and all of us are concerned about our kids' immunity. Teachers are concerned. How are we going to keep. Now, I'm not going to make any health claims, all right? But what I'm going to tell you is that I feel empowered as a mom. And so in this webinar, I want to give you ideas, suggestions, and tips of what you can do to support your kids at school, all right? You might be homeschooling, some of you. The things that I'm going to teach you, you can even use as a homeschooling parent, okay? If you're a teacher, I understand the stress that you are typically under. And now we're adding a whole different level of stress. Here in Alberta yesterday, the headlines were silently removal of social distancing in schools. So they're not making this public, but it was in the news. But our province is actually saying we're not going to do social distancing with our kids, okay? So we're going to see how that works out. All right, so some of the things that I'm going to show you and teach you are not available in every single country. So you're going to go, oh, Daphne, I really would love to use that oil, or I'd like to use that product with my kids. They are not available. And I'm speaking primarily for South Africa, okay? South Africa, Botswana is a new market to doTERRA essential oils. They've been open for a year. But I'm going to give you recipes to make your own rollerballs. I'm going to give you ideas of what you can do if you don't have the kits that I want to show you. You also want to be part of my Total Health EO community group on Facebook. If you have a Facebook page, or you go to my Total Health, because I'm going to be adding a lot of the slides that I'm going to show you that I've prepared, and the recipes to make some of these rollerballs or hand sanitizers, lip balms that kids can take to school. I will post them on that community page under a unit that's called Back to School Essentials, so that you can focus on me right now and not have to write hundreds of notes. Okay, everyone clear? So Total Health Community, if you're not on Facebook, whoever invited you to this webinar, ask them to just WhatsApp you or message you the images with the recipes. Okay, so let us go. My awesome kids. Kirsten is 25, Braden's 28, I am 54. Darren, younger than me. Bryson is 23, and Taylor is our 18-year-old. So, the other day, Taylor's an example of our kids not being raised with oils, but making the transition. She had a yeast infection, and she WhatsApped me, Mom, this is really bad. What can I do? And I told her my suggestion was go and make suppositories with coconut oil and with tea tree and with lavender oil. She didn't have time. She just went and put those two essential oils on a tampon and used them. used it that way. And a few hours later, she went, Mom, I can't believe this. You know, the itchiness is gone. I feel good. And I felt great as a mom. Now, I'm going to let you know that here in North America, essential oils have been used a lot more progressively than in countries like the Philippines and South Africa, and definitely Botswana. It's not that they're new, because oils have been around since the beginning of time. They come from plants. But here in Canada, you can go to a hospital and they will prescribe or give you essential oils, all right? Doctors are starting to use essential oils here because people do not want medication that has side effects. Okay, so whoopsie. So that's my crazy, wonderful family. All right, I do want to quickly address why doTERRA. Why have I chosen to go the route of doTERRA? What I teach you today, you could go to Discam, you could go to, here in Canada, we got a store called Canadian Tire. You could go and get essential oils from there. Those oils are not pure. doTERRA's essential oils, first of all, they are sourced from the country where they grow best, okay? Lavender comes from Bulgaria and France. Vetiver comes from Haiti. Lemon oil comes from Italy. So the sourcing, where they grow best, the climate, the soil is amazing, producing a very good essential oil. But doTERRA also do not adulterate their oils, okay? So Nirvana, you were on a class, you did a one-on-one class with me on Sunday night. I taught about the purity of doTERRA, but I never taught about adulteration. And I want to just give an example of lavender oil. You can go to a health food store and pick up a lavender oil and it says 100% pure. And when you open the bottle, it smells like lavender. But that 100% pure label, it can even say organic. They label it 100% pure, even if they only have 1% pure lavender. The rest could be adulterated with something that is natural, a plant called lavandine. And so lavandine is so much cheaper. Lavender is expensive, pure lavender, and so that you can adulterate it, and yet you're still thinking you're getting a pure lavender. doTERRA do not adulterate. Their oils are 100% pure, and they are tested 5 tests by an outside party. The other thing that I just love about doTERRA is you can go and every single bottle that you pick up, they have a number at the bottom, and you can go to a website called Source to You. You can find out what testing that oil went through, where it was sourced, everything related to that batch of essential oil, all right? I love the science behind doTERRA. I love their heart. They have healing hands. They have co-impact sourcing. So healing hands is, you know, they just work with a lot of the farmers in poor areas, you know, low-income areas. Making sure that they get paid a good wage. doTERRA have a big heart for women and children in sex trafficking, okay? They distribute an oil called Hope Oil. So really, I love doTERRA's quality and I love where they source their oils, okay? For those who haven't been to an Essential Oil 101 class, there are 3 ways to use doTERRA oils. And so on your kids, on yourself, as a, you know, if you're a school teacher or a mom, you can use oils internally, topically, and aromatically, okay? Internal is the way that I use most of my essential oils. So here is my peppermint oil. Love this oil because I make a peppermint milkshake. I've not had that milkshake for 2 days, and it's amazing that I've not got withdrawals, okay, because I'm on a cleanse right now. So, but this peppermint milkshake I make every morning. Darren, you're laughing. It's amazing. 2 days I haven't had it. But you're going to take 1 drop of peppermint. It's equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. And roof of my mouth, suck it in. The roof is good for headaches, digestive issues. Okay? Rub my hands together. Breathe it in. Don't get oils in your eyes. Your kids, when they start to use essential oils and they pick up a rollerball, just teach them not to touch their eyes. Okay? And let's ask a question here. What should you not use to get an oil out of your eye with? In the chat button, what should you not use to remove oils? Okay, woo, water, 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 water. I don't know who said water first. Don't use water. Water and oil don't mix. I remember the first time I went to a restaurant and I got lemon oil in my eye and I'm going, oh my goodness, what do I do now? And I took water and I just splashed it. It dispersed the oil all over my eye. And I just felt like it was so painful. Okay. Nirvana, just do the chat button if you can. Who was first? Marcia? I don't know who said water first. Somebody check. Beverly, you're in charge of checking. All right, so do not use water to get oils. You want to use another oil like coconut oil, olive oil, any other oil to remove oils. Okay, so first way is internal. Do not use oils that are not pure. doTERRA oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. You can use them internally. I would not give you advice to go to a hardware store like we have and pick up a lavender or a peppermint and use it internally. So the other way I used it was aromatically. And then the last way, I have oils on my hands right now, okay? And because I occasionally have hot flashes, not very often, I've gone through menopause so easily, and I'm really grateful for that. But the peppermint is going to cool me down, okay, the menthol. Kids, if you've, sorry, parents, moms, dads, if you've got kids that have got a temperature, instead of putting them into a cold bath, you know, the first option, go and use some peppermint just on the back of their neck and see how it cools them down. With kids under the age of 5, you need to dilute essential oils. doTERRA oils are very, very pure, and you're going to dilute with coconut oil or any other carrier oil. On my Total Health Community group, there is a graph that shows you, like a baby, you know, anyone under a year of age, it's 1 drop of oil to 10 parts of coconut oil. And then, you know, you've got your 2-year-old, you start going up a little bit. When you get to the age of 6, you don't need to dilute oils with children, but their skin is still very sensitive. So it's not a bad idea to dilute. Okay, so the 3 ways to use them: internally, aromatically, and topically. I thought I would show you, this is the diffuser that I have in my office. Okay, because I was a children's pastor, and guys, I love kids. Do any of you own this diffuser? Darren, do you have the... Guys, you know, I don't have little kids, but I'm a kid at heart. I went looking to see if I had one of these to give away today, but unfortunately I don't. But a diffuser is a place to put water. So in this elephant, you're going to put water in there. Put this in the kid's bedroom with some lavender or serenity essential oil. And then out of the spout comes the diffusion of the oils that your kids are breathing in. At the back of the diffuser are all these shapes. So you have the lights on the wall, you know, on the ceiling, and then you can have a choice of sounds. All right, you can have tinkling water, you can have a running brook, you can have birds singing or lullabies. Yes, I know that you need these in South Africa. Okay, I'll bring a few as soon as borders are open and you've got hot weather. I will be in South Africa. Okay, and stop in England. But you know, if you don't have a cute diffuser like that, you can get any diffuser. doTERRA has one diffuser option in South Africa. Here in North America, we have about 4 or 5. Darren, I don't know. You must have about 3 in the UK, okay? But you can pick them up as well. Darren, do you have the elephant?
We have about 3 in the UK. I've got one going here. This is the most common one. This is the petal.
Okay.
This is the most common. Yeah.
And is that the 10-hour diffuser? Yeah.
No. This is a 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. And this is the one we have the most. My girls have one of these in their rooms each because they're just so precious to us. We use them every day. So.
And I have one in every room too. Okay, I hate to tell people how many diffusers I have, but you know, in the beginning you're starting with one diffuser in the living room, and then you're carrying it to the bedroom, and then it's to the in time you will get a diffuser into every place because you want to breathe those oils in aromatically. I don't have kids, but the little kids, but my older kids have diffusers. Do you think they use them? No. Okay, they're concerned about other things in life. All right. Although mom says, hey, put a diffuser on, it'll help with the anxiety. But anyway, they're young adults who have to go on their own journey. So 3 ways to use them: topically, internally, and aromatically. All right, oils in the classroom is what we're going to look at right now. I'm going to give you some studies that have been done by certain individuals. Again, I'm going to post under a unit on my Total Health Community where you can go and do some research yourself. Okay, so this first, I just want to go to my notes here. There's a lady, here we are. Jessie, okay, Jessie from Castle Rock, okay. So in 2014, after joining doTERRA, she approached her school that her kids go to and asked them if they could put an On Guard hand spray in all of the classrooms. That was the first thing she asked. And then she asked, can I give diffusers to the different classrooms, and would you consider diffusing On Guard? Now, On Guard is one of the blends from doTERRA. It's very high in clove oil, naaltjies. Okay, Nicolene, I hope I'm impressing you with my Afrikaans, you know, my 4 words that I can remember. So On Guard, this is what happened. The school, because it was a private Christian school, they said yes. And they went through a year of using diffusers in the classroom and all natural hand sanitizer. And this is the main difference that they noticed. Reduced number of absentees from students and teachers. Out of 19 teachers, less than 14 leave days were used in 2015 school year. And there is, doTERRA have a magazine called The Living Magazine, and I will put that in the units. Okay, so you can actually go and read this whole article. Another experiment was done by a young girl. She looked like she was a 14-year-old. I think I actually got the article prepared for you here. Let me just check. She did a science experiment. I've just got to go to my website quick. Okay, here in the Living Magazine, she wanted to see, this is the whole article in the magazine. Okay, first of all, Dr. Hill, protecting immune system. He's the chief medical doctor for doTERRA. So he's written a whole article on how you can boost your immune. But then just looking at how teachers, if they were open to this, could make all natural hand sanitizer. You know, there's oils called Intune that could help kids with focus. There's, you know, cleaning the desks with tea tree or melaleuca. So here is a hand cleanser. I will share that recipe. But this young girl, she wanted to see, her name's Fallon, whether using essential oils in a classroom, diffusing them in the classroom could change the mood in the classroom. And so she went and did her experiments, diffusing peppermints and wild orange during the day. The second week, rosemary and peppermints, and the third week, citrus bliss blend. And the kids had to do where's my PowerPoint again? Where's Zoom? The kids had to give feedback at the beginning how they felt and how they felt at the end. And read the article. It's really encouraging to see those oils are uplifting and they are happy oils. Anytime you use a citrus oil, it's a happy oil. Peppermints, right now, I am awake, all right? I've used peppermint 3 ways, internally, aromatically, and topically. The back of my neck is so cold right now. So if you have any influence in your kids' school and they are open to using a diffuser in the classroom, ask them if you can go gift them a diffuser and if they can diffuse On Guard oil. If anybody needs more information, doTERRA, not actually doTERRA, a university in the States, a university hospital in the States have been doing the research into On Guard killing the MRSA bacteria. Okay, MRSA, it's one of the worst bacteria that you can get into a hospital. Now, they are not publishing that right now because we would get into lots of trouble if we started coming out saying, hey, you need to use On Guard, it's going to kill, and you know, the COVID virus. We can't say that, all right? But it boosts, it does kill the pathogens in the air. So that's the one thing, get diffusers and then see if the teachers would be even willing to diffuse oils that make the kids feel happy. Because I'm thinking that sure, the kids are excited. Darren, likely your 2 girls can't wait to go back to school tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, very excited.
But they've got to go back. Do they have to wear masks?
No, they're primary school, so they're younger. They don't have to, thank goodness.
So our kids here have to wear masks. Under grade 2, they don't, all right? Now, they were meant to have social distancing. That's not happening anymore here. But I feel a little bit of the stress going back, like, you know, classrooms don't have books. My one friend who's a school teacher, she's taken out all of the books that the kids used to just take from the little library because of all the germs that could be passed around. Things are just different. So diffusing oils that are uplifting, you know, can help with mood would really be good. And I can see Candace saying adaptive. Now, some schools will not be open to this, okay? Unfortunately, they want everything chemical, and you're just going to have to work with what you've got. If you homeschool your kids, get those diffusers going, make your own natural hand sanitizers. Yeah. All right. I'm not reading the chat button, so I hope someone else is. Let's go back to my PowerPoint. Okay, so I believe, and according to that experiment, yes, they definitely can improve behavior. So my neighbor down the road is a school teacher. She's got 2 little kids who went to school this week. And she came to me and she said, actually, she came to Darren, my husband, and said, Darren, we have to sanitize our hands all the time. You know, when you do this activity, everything gets sanitized. Then you go to another activity, everything gets sanitized. And she showed us her hands from the chemical hand sanitizers and how her fingers are peeling, okay? That she's obviously having an adverse reaction to the chemical hand sanitizers. You can make your own. If you've got On Guard oil, if you've got aloe vera, water, okay? So this is my recipe. Let me just quickly. So I'm going to put it in the community page, but you're going to do 5 tablespoons of aloe vera, 4 tablespoons of water, some vitamin E oil, 8 to 10 drops of the On Guard oil. On Guard, the word guard means protective, okay? And then you just need a small container like she's got here, and make the kids something that's all natural. Now, you can even take the On Guard oil. I made hand sanitizer with vodka, all right? There was no alcohol around, like, so I had to actually use 90% alcohol, but I was using vodka and I was using On Guard and distilled water. And I just put them into old doTERRA bottles like this, put a spray top on, and I was distributing them everywhere. I trust On Guard so much. Like our family don't get ill, okay? So there's your own natural. What about energizing them in the morning? Now, I don't think on the first day, Darren, your kids are going to have any problem getting out of bed, okay? I remember being at school myself. I loved the first day. You know, you were so excited. How are we going to do your hair? What were you going to wear? You're going to see all your friends. And then the homework starts, and then all the activities, and the kids are tired in the morning. So these are my suggestions. Get a diffuser going as, you know, as they're about to wake up, with oils that are energetic, okay, that will wake them up. The peppermints and wild orange is an example of oils if they're breathing them in. I mean, anytime you breathe anything in, it's going into olfactory region, into your limbic system, and it's affecting your cells. You know, within 20 seconds, it's moving around your body. Within 20 minutes, it's reached every single organ is an essential oil, okay? So energize them. What else have I said? What other, let me just look. So citrus bliss, elevation, balance oil. But, you know, a good place to start, wild orange and peppermint, okay? Really going to energize them. You could also be a sneaky mum and make a roller ball. Now, I love making roller balls. Actually, let me show you an empty one here. So here's an empty roller ball. Okay, so maybe go and make a blend where you've put peppermints and wild orange and coconut oil. And then, you know, as you go into their room in the morning, you're putting it on the bottom of their feet and you're waking them up and you're telling them how much you love them. The oil on the bottom of their feet is going to get into every single cell. Okay, and we know that touch is very powerful, you know, so good touch. So energize their mornings. Now, this is not available in South Africa. Darren, can you help me? Do we have the kids' supplements and the fish oils in the UK?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so I'm glad to know. And I don't know if we've got other countries here. Let me give you, I never gave my kids supplements. I don't think I could afford them. I also didn't think that they were really necessary. Okay, I'd had no training or no education at that stage in my life while I was raising my kids. Even as an adult, I never used supplementation except 4 times when I was pregnant. And as soon as those babies were out, I never went after taking anything. close to 50, when I started to go through menopause, I would stand in front of supplements at Walmart or Game or, you know, equivalents and go like, maybe I need something. But I didn't know where to start. And then as I got educated with doTERRA, I realized that I am not, even though I eat so clean and very healthy, I'm not getting the food and nutrition, the nutrition that I need for my body. And the same is for your kids. Your kids need fish oils, okay, to keep this brain healthy. You know, if you've got kids that are depressed, just increase the amount of fish oils in their diet, not even thinking of supplements, just increase the amount of salmon that they eat. If you can get salmon into them, but fish oils help with brain health. You need to be looking at a whole food supplement. A lot of the supplements that you can buy these days they're synthetic. Guys, you know, I feel like you just pee yellow, all right, that when you take them. But doTERRA have come out, not recently, but they've got lifelong vitality for adults. But for kids, they have the chewable tablets. Now, those tablets can be actually taken by adults as well. That adults that don't like swallowing tablets, because you'll chew them. It's a natural watermelon flavor, and it's a whole food supplement. It's got real food in there, and it's created for what kids need. Then your ZM Mega, the IQ Mega, is a lovely wild orange flavor to it, and it doesn't have that fishy taste. Now, to be honest, I've never tasted it, and I have had some parents tell me their kids don't like it. Darren, what about your kids? Do they take the...
Oh my goodness, I think that's the first I've heard of kids not liking it, because the watermelons are just gorgeous and they get to chew those, so they love it. And it's got a smiley face on. But the IQ Omega is, because it's wild orange, it's gorgeous.
Okay, so I'm glad to hear that. Has anybody else had their kids on that and just want to share? Like, I know that I'm talking to a lot of you that are new to oils and you don't even have the option. Katarina, your kids love it. Okay, Katarina's in Polokwane. So yes,
my baby.
Go ahead, Tarina.
My baby is 1 year old. My baby is 1 year old. Actually loved the fish oil so much. She asked for it. She points at it and says all. she can't say the word yet. So they truly love it. And I'm making serious plans to fly someone in bringing us supplements as soon as these borders open.
Yeah, so most probably I'm going to be that someone. We have found many ways to get oils into South Africa before borders. Yeah, before borders were shut. Okay, so those are the whole food supplements. You're, as an adult, you want to be taking whole food supplements. If you're looking at going into 80 years of age or longer without your aches and your pains, inflammation, you need supplementation. Okay, your diet does not have, even if you eat organic. So what about supporting immune health or immunity? So the oil that's definitely is, where's my On Guard? Is your On Guard oil. But I also make a blend. So if we start to feel any sniffles in our home, the blend that I make is called the Flume Bomb. Okay, so this would be once you've actually starting to feel a little bit not, you're under the weather. But the oils that are really good for boosting immune are your frankincense, lemon, oregano, On Guard, and tea tree. The reason we say Flume is because the melaleuca, another name for it is, it's melaleuca, but it's called tea tree. Okay, so let me I actually made so many notes, and I need to keep to those notes because so be proactive. What you can do in the morning is make a roller ball that has 10 drops of frankincense in it, 10 drops of tea tree, and 10 drops of lemon, and 10 drops of On Guard. So 4 oils, your frankincense, your melaleuca, lemon, and On Guard. So the Flume oils, but leave out the oregano. All right, the oregano is very, very powerful. It's good to fight viruses once you are actually not feeling well. But to boost your kids, immune, just rub it on the bottom of their feet. They'll actually soon pick up that bottle of oil and put it on the bottom of their feet. And then, put shoes on top. Some kids, you can go and put it, actually all kids, down their spine, on their wrist, pulse points. Oils can also go behind your ears, but then they're going to smell of essential oils, all right? And kids might not want to sit too close to them. Okay, so what are your kids' futures plans? I thought I'd put that in. Darren, anyone who wants to tell me what your kids want to do one day while I get something out to show you?
Yes.
No one.
I would like to be a vet.
Oh, good. Who said that? I can't actually see who said that. My daughter also wants to be a vet. All right. So I'll go. She hasn't gone to university yet. So this is a probiotic for kids or adults like me. It tastes like sherbet. It's like a pixie stick. And I've just cut off the top here. And this is how you take it. It's so delicious. It's called PB Assist. I hope I'm making you all feel like you want one of these. I've got a whole box here. If you were in my home, I'd be passing these around right now. But the probiotics, I never realized the value of probiotics until I was into my adult years. Your kids, for good gut health, need probiotics, okay? If your children have been on lots of antibiotics, you want to get some good probiotics into their guts. So let me tell you, those probiotics include 5 billion live cells of 6 different probiotic strains, all right? So as an adult, I take the pixie stick. They're in my kitchen. As I walk past my kettle, I'll grab one a day. It's not difficult to get your kids to love the probiotics, okay? So back to sharing my screen. Get this moving. Okay, so what about kids that are overstimulated? So I can imagine this is going to happen tomorrow with those like at Darren's kids going back to school. There's going to be so much excitement. And, and then who their school teacher is. But just even normal, not even the first day of school, there is, they're doing ballet and then they're doing swimming. And then there's just so many activities they're doing. And maybe they're involved in, a church group. When your kids are overstimulated, like basically very, very hyper, you're wanting to find ways to calm them down. Now, doTERRA have a collection of oils specifically designed for kids, and I will show you that in a moment. But if you can't get your hands on that kit of oils, you are looking at oils that are all very calming, okay? So rosemary, Intune, vetiver, lavender, oils that you can put in a diffuser or the bottom of their feet. If they walk in the house and just say, hey, you're a little bit hyper right now, come, let's just get some lavender on you right now. Or maybe be diffusing lavender as they walk in. So other things that will prevent or help with your kids not being overstimulated, make sure they're eating a good breakfast, be organized the night before, packed lunches, backpacks packed. Make sure that it's not only entertaining them with video games and TV, that they actually have an opportunity to be outside. Our problem here in Calgary is that we only have 3 months of summer and 9 months of winter, and our temperatures go down to minus 40 degrees Celsius. So our kids they're indoors a lot. They can go and play outdoors up till minus 10, okay, which I think is so cold anyway, but you're wanting them to get physical activity. So the oils that are really good, your rosemary, lemongrass, peppermint, clary sage, vetiver, okay, and you can either diffuse it or apply topically. For teachers, I understand the stress that teachers are going through. When I think back to the first time I taught, I must probably only had about 20 children in my classroom. And I felt stressed then. I think most classrooms are a lot bigger than 20 kids, unless you're at a private school. So, some classrooms have got 30 to 40 children. And that teacher has got to teach all of them. Here in Canada, we have children's aid. So we have people that are assigned, extras that are assigned to kids that have special needs within a classroom. But still, our teachers are under a lot of stress, okay? And so an oil that we use, a stress oil, is called Serenity. But these capsules over here to help with sleep at night are called the Serenity Restful Complex. Take 2 of them before you go to bed, like 20 minutes before you go to sleep at night. And it has lavender as one of the oils, but it's a natural way to calm down, to help you sleep. Okay. For kids to get to sleep, the diffuser next to their bed, here's the Serenity. There's vetiver. Vetiver comes from Haiti. It's a really thick oil, very effective for helping all of us sleep. So you're going to try things. I always start with lavender oil. Then some nights I put vetiver in. Then other nights I'm going to put Serenity in. Okay. We always have breathe oil diffusing. Or my husband's wearing breathe oil because he snores. So, and the breathe oil opens up airways. Now I put the slide in because cedarwood is a must if you have children that are anxious. If you've got kids that are, you know, they really need calming down, cedarwood is an oil. Now, someone in South Africa tell me, can we get cedarwood in South Africa? I never checked. Anybody know?
We don't have it.
It's not yet available back.
Okay.
Not here.
So, you know, more and more oils are coming into South Africa. So it's not going to be long before cedarwood comes in here. So the favorite oils that I have, let me just quickly want to see what notes I wrote. Okay, cedarwood. This is why. Cedarwood is actually in a blend called balance oil. So I know we've got balance in South Africa. Cedarwood, so a blend, balance is a blend. A blend is when you've got like 4 or 5 oils making up one particular. Cedarwood is a balancing oil. It's a wood oil. It's very grounding. Any oil that comes from a wood, from trees, is very, very grounding, okay? So if your child is agitated or upset, you know, maybe you've got a kid who's prone to having tantrums, or, you know, there's just drama the whole time. So for boys, older boys who, you know, who don't want to smell like girls, cedarwood, like a girly oil, cedarwood is very masculine smelling. So it is a good oil to go to if you've got kids that are, you just don't know how to cope with them as far as the anxiety, the tantrums, the drama in their lives. Diffuse it, put it on the bottom of their feet, or, you know, on the back of their spine. So feelings of nervousness as well. Now, I wish I had this opportunity to give my kids this. An oil blend that I use personally is called DDR Prime, but it's really good for your kids as well. It's a blend that you can put into water, into juice, and have them taking it daily. The 5 oils that are found, sorry, there's more than 5. There's clove oil in there, the Nalkis, okay, so it's going to boost immune. Your thyme, you've got wild orange in there. Those are high antioxidant oils. So you also have frankincense in that blend, lemongrass, Nioli, and summer savory. And you can just add 1 or 2 drops to a tea, maybe to a rooibos tea, water. But what it does is going to protect their body from oxidative stress. So that's why we take it. It keeps our cells healthy, okay? So you could even combine it with fractionated coconut oil and do a massage. Kids love having a massage. So seasonal change blend. So you in South Africa, you're going to go through seasonal changes right now where there could be a lot of sneezing and, you know, the word is allergies actually. The oils to use are your lemon, lavender, and your peppermint. If you diffuse 2 drops of each, you know, if you've got a child who is prone to seasonal threats, the other option is make up a rollerball, take an empty rollerball, and I put 10 drops lavender, 10 drops of lemon, and 10 drops of peppermint, and the rest is coconut oil. And then they can just use, if they're starting to feel runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, have them apply it to the bottom of their feet. That's a good blend. I'm not going to spend much time on this. I will put the recipe up. I love making, and I love getting kids to do this with me, but I make my own, and kids do this with me. Make our own lip chapstick, and then you can put any oils in there. You know, put the On Guard, but here we're using the wild orange, but I'll put the recipe on my community page. So let's talk about a kit that I love, purely because I have to show it to you, because I have grandma FOMO, okay? I'm in the age group where everyone's kids are getting married and having grandkids. My kids aren't married yet, and that's okay. They got to find the right partners. But I can't wait to be a grandma, and then I'm going to be that crazy oil grandma, and they are going to have oils on them all the time. doTERRA came out with this kit of oils 3 years ago, designed just for kids. At that time, there were only 6 oils. They've added another oil to it. So a cute little packaging thing. You can actually, you know, put it onto a backpack like that, when you open it, you've got 7 oils now. They've got this cute little book that comes with it that tells the kids, all the teachers of the caregiver, how to use those oils. And then they've got these little, they call carabiners, that they actually glue on the, sorry, not glue. Oopsie, oopsie. I glue them. I go and put those, I glue it on the top so it doesn't fall out. Okay, so I'm going to go through those oils. These are the oils that I'm giving away today. I'm giving 3 of these away, or maybe 4. You never know.
Sorry, Daphne, I just want to say that this is my little girl's bag ready for tomorrow, and they're already attached.
Oh, good.
So, if you open the pack up and split it in half, it actually stands as its own little shelf of oils. So it's really cool.
Okay, can you show us how it stands? Now, are both girls got, have you put a kits for the both girls on there?
No, I haven't got Esme one yet, but she has little individual ones, so she's not overwhelmed. So you just open it, and then it's got 2 little buttons, and they clip together, and they stand up like that. And she's got hand sanitizer, her own allergy blend, and all the oils inside.
You know,
and they
so much. Darren, I never knew it clipped back like that. Now I can see the clip. Duh, Daphne. But you know what excites me is that obviously your school is open to the girls taking oils to school.
Yeah,
that's
really good.
Amazing. You know, some teachers are going to think like, what is this crazy stuff? But give it time, okay? And you can even share with the teachers, give them an oil to boost their immune, or give them a hand sanitizer that's all natural. So let's go through what these 7 oils are. And yes, I know this kit's not in South Africa. I have about 20 of these packs to bring into South Africa when I come, as soon as borders open. But you might just get them before I even get there. Okay, so we've got Steady, we've got Thinker, we've got Rescuer, we've got Braver, Stronger. We've got Tamer is the latest one that's been released, and Calmer. So they all have a specific function. Darren, why don't you teach on each one of them? Because your kids have obviously been using them.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's get going.
A quick, what is Steady used for? What's Thinker used for? What's Rescuer used for?
Steady is amazing. It's a grounding blend, and it's really good for when you're feeling nervous or anxious, and you just rub Steady on the neck and on the wrists, and it really is great and comforting for your emotions. So that's Steady, and I use that literally when we pull up in the school car park, and I say, right, because that's when there's a moment of anxiety steps in, when they're about to just leave mummy, and it's okay, let's ground, let's go Steady, and they take the green one. And also we want to be prepared. So we want to be, another blend is a Thinker, and that's a focus blend. And I always say to them, okay, girls, you know, ears on, switch, brains on, switch. And we get the Thinker out. And that's really good because it's a focusing blend, and you roll it onto the back of the neck again, and it supports the mind and enhances the learning there. Then you've got the Rescuer blend, which is the blue one. And that's a really, it opens the airways, that one actually, as well as being really, really good and soothing for when they've been doing sports and they've been jumping and playing. It's great for the legs or the feet or the back, and it will just soothe the muscles there. So that's really good. Then there's Brave, which is your orange one there. That's it. This is just delicious to smell. I do like all of them, but I'm partial to Brave. So it's a courage blend. That's what we like to call it. So we want some courage. We want some lioness in there. I've got girls. So before new or different situations, or just to start the day as well, we like to roll this on our tummies or onto the bottom of our feet. And it's a real great boost for courage and confidence. Okay, and then Stronger is the red one, and this is probably the one we've been using the most. It's a protective blend, and we use that on the back of our neck, bottom of feet, and it's an added boost of protection, rather like, it's not the same as On Guard, but it's good for boosting immunity and things like that, and just protecting us, and also helping when we're not feeling our best. So we use that, and I keep saying our because I use these too.
Yes.
Okay, and the last one there, we've got Calmer, the purple one. This is beautiful. So when it's bedtime, we roll Calmer onto the bottoms of our feet, and our cat's getting involved again, onto our wrists. and take a deep breath. The one place we also put this on when we go to bed is our belly buttons, and the girls love that. So give a nice little belly rub, and it's really wonderful and calming and soothing before bed. So in a nutshell.
Oh, well done, Darren. And then there's the one they've just added recently is the tamer. So tamer would be for digestive issues. You know, maybe they've got an upset tummy or a little bit of constipation or just, you know, not feeling good, vomiting. Sorry, I keep hitting my table. The kids, because these are diluted, it is safe for them to pick up the oils and use it themselves. And that's what we love about it, okay? It is not concentrated. So diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So yes, you know, if they're about to do a speech at school or walk onto stage and they've got to talk, you know, well, maybe they've got, do a speech at school. Well, you tell them, here's your braver, you know, take this oil. And just before you're about to do your speech, ask your teacher if you can, you know, put it onto your wrist, or if she can help you rub it on the back of your, maybe that wouldn't be a good thing for a teacher to rub it on their spine, but let the kids get braver on them, okay? So, just know that when I'm a grandmother one day, that my grandkids are going to have oils all over them. And I can't wait for that. I have to wait for that though. All right, so those, and we're almost finished. Okay, less braver. I just wanted to give, as we finish, just some ideas that how you can use essential oils in cooking or in preparing their backpacks, you know, for going to school, what to eat. So if you are allowed peanut butter sandwiches, take peanut butter and mix some wild orange oil into the peanut butter. You can try this at home if you can't can't send your kids to school with peanut butter. But and then bananas. So bananas, peanut butter with wild orange oil tastes so good. And then if you want to send healthy choices like, vegetables or fruit, cut up fruit and then make a fruit dip. You know, can take some sour cream or some yogurt and you put some of the essential oils in it, ones that the kids like, and that makes a healthy choice for them. All right, and just a reminder for all of you that doTERRA oils are very, very pure, okay? So you want to be diluting the oils with your kids, even 5 and older. Us as adults, every time you put an oil on, you can go and put coconut oil on as well. It pushes the oil even further into your skin, okay? Now, what happens from here? I've educated you. I've got to give one more oil away. All right, I think I'm going to do this quick. Okay, let me see. What question can I ask you? Quick. Okay, who's born in January? We're just going to go, that's my birth date. So be honest if you're born in January. Okay, anyone close to the 9th of January? Whoever's close to the 9th, just put the date. Oh, Lauren, 11th. Anyone close to, Lauren, it looks like you. Ach, no. Oh, Hunley, got 2 11s. Okay, so I'll give both Lauren and Hunley an essential oil. All right, I didn't know how I was going to give oils away. Start the day with porridge, oats, and add wild orange, or On Guard with honey. Yes, that's a good idea. Even making pancakes with On Guard oil. If you've been invited to this webinar and you are not yet started an oil journey, go back to the person who invited you. Let them sample you with oils. Jump onto my Total Health community group and come and learn with us. Okay, what I want to do right now is just talk about the 3 pathways with doTERRA. If you want to stay on and learn more about living, sharing, and building doTERRA, you are welcome to stay on. I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to say goodbye to whoever wants to jump off. It's been really awesome to have you with us, those who jump off. Otherwise, stay on if you want to, and let me talk about the 3 pathways. So doTERRA have 3 pathways. They've got live, share, and build. So when you get, hi Natasha, bye Hunley. Those who won oils, please send me a WhatsApp. Okay, so let me see, jump off. Bye everyone. Let's see if anybody wants to stay on. All right, there's 3 pathways with doTERRA. There's live, share, and build. You've not been invited to an intro to oils class today. You went to like Essential Oils 102, okay, where you now, most times you've got your oils and now we're teaching you how to use them for your kids. When you start a journey with doTERRA, you have a choice of either living, sharing, or building doTERRA. Living is someone who goes, he's listened to me teaching today going, you know what, I want to consider natural options. And I would encourage you, if you are a parent with young kids, you have in front of you a huge opportunity to raise your children using natural things. Okay, I did not have that. When I raised my kids, you know, they're much older now, but there was not that, hey, use this essential oil. It was go on an antibiotic, try another antibiotic. But you have this option. And so you can live doTERRA. Living doTERRA means you just, you know, you can get some wonderful education from us. You might order oils monthly. You have that option with doTERRA. You can get a kit of oils and order monthly. But you don't have to order monthly. I don't know how anyone doesn't order monthly though, because I use supplements and I use oils for my cholesterol, and my husband uses oils for his thyroid, and we use oils for pain. Okay. I use oils in all of my cooking. I don't have any herbs and spices anymore. All right, everyone's saying goodbye or telling me they've won something. I've got all these WhatsApp messages coming through right now. The other pathway is sharing doTERRA. They are those of you who've been listening to me talking today, thinking, you know, I know another family that needs these oils for their kids. Or I know a friend who's got cholesterol problems and I should recommend, you know, that she talks to, you know, finds out what oils Daphne does for cholesterol. When you start to share doTERRA, doTERRA compensate you. Like if you enroll someone, they start a journey, because everything's online. You buy a kit of oils. In South Africa, it was considered an essential service. Actually, here in Canada, US, whenever we bought oils through all of lockdown, they were delivered to our house. All right, we never had to go shopping for them. They came straight to our home when you did online shopping. And when you share oils with someone, you get compensated by doTERRA. They don't give you free products. They give you money. Every single Wednesday, you're going to get a check from doTERRA. And I believe that that is awesome. Okay. The other pathway with doTERRA is build doTERRA. And that's what I do. And it's what I am so passionate to do. Before doTERRA, my husband and I pastored a church for 20 years. I have owned my own sewing business. I've taught kids and teens sewing. Over 600 kids have been in my home because I studied home economics back at Technikon Natal in South Africa. So I've been able to take those skills and I've taught many kids sewing. I love children. Okay. So that's why I'm going to make a great grandma one day. But I built doTERRA. I was offered this opportunity when I started doTERRA 5 years ago. Kimberly said to me, Daphne, you should build doTERRA. And I went, absolutely not. I've never done something like this. And I love kids and I love pastoring. And I don't remember what peppermint oil is for. How am I ever going to educate other people on what oils to use? But she bugged me for a year. And finally, after a year, and I had a dream, and I woke up from the dream and it had been all about doTERRA. And I said to my husband, Darren, I feel like I need to look at doTERRA. I need to look at building doTERRA. And so I've been building doTERRA for 5 years, and I love what I do. I love the fact that I've been able to stay at home, okay, and during this time of COVID, work from home. And many of us we were really wondering what would happen during COVID. Because you know that many people lost their jobs. Many people were unemployed. And we wondered, would people buy oils if they couldn't afford food? Okay. Now what happened is I'm sure people bought food, but people bought many, many oils. And I got to help them with their health during this time. I got to help them, you know, how do we make natural hand sanitizer? Or what can we do? Because we cannot go to the doctor. So building doTERRA is a business. And I've been very blessed with this business. And I love, you know, all three pathways, live, share, or build, are really important. Everyone is important to us. If you live doTERRA with us, I have so much free education because I want to make sure that you're using your oils, that the top 10 oils do not sit on your kitchen counter. Okay. You'll be putting lemon in your water. You'll be using On Guard in your diffuser. Breathe oil if your hubby snores to open up airways. We will really help you to live doTERRA well. Those who build a business with doTERRA, you're looking, as someone who's looking to do what I'm doing, either educating online or maybe one-on-one. Maybe you don't see yourself educating online, but, you know, going to a coffee shop. When I was in South Africa, I taught at Woolworths, so many different Woolworths. I was even doing back massages with oils in Woolworths, okay? But we met in coffee shops, met in homes. And as you share, as you share oils with other people, you build a business. And that is an excellent opportunity. If you just at that place where you're going like, I don't know what to do anymore, or you maybe, you know, you're just wanting a new adventure, there's a few attributes that you need. Maybe you're saying, Daphne, what do I need in order to build doTERRA? You need to love people. You need to also love natural health. Okay. So if you're open to talking about any of those pathways, talk to the person who invited you today about love sharing or building doTERRA. And they have, I mean, I have a wonderful team around the world that educates. What we love doing is supporting people. And then, you know, as we support adults, we know that we are loving children. And that just pleases my heart so much, okay? You have an opportunity to love your kids with oils. And we are raising up a generation of children that are taking their own health, or you'll be teaching them to take their own health into their hands. I'm not against doctors, okay? We need our doctors. I'm really grateful for the medical field that we have, but I'm also grateful that I have natural options. Anything? Okay. Excellencia. Oh, I had Excellencia on there. Lynette, goodbye. Any questions about live, share, or build while you're on here that I can answer? Because I could talk about this forever. And South Africans, you should be going to sleep. If anybody wants to ask for my build webinar so you can see what the potential is with building doTERRA, I'm happy to share that, or jump on one of my build webinars. Speak to the person who invited you, okay? Anyway, bye everybody. Lovely to have you. Darren, if you're on here, thank you for sharing. Man, she's one of my great teachers, okay? Just as a side note, if you're enrolled with our team already, Saturday this week, we start continued education for 8 weeks. Come and learn how to use oils from everything from non-toxic living to, you know, why we take supplements to, I don't know, what else do we teach her, Darren? Hormones.
Hormones.
I was about to say skincare. No, we don't teach on skincare. Then I was going to say cooking and oils. No, I teach on cooking and oils, but that's not in continued. Okay, bye everybody. Lovely meeting some new faces. Bye.
Bye.